Hey YouTubers, it's me. Long time. I wasn't quite. Oh, I see my little butchie, guardian angel. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or not because it's kind of personal. But then I thought, let me record it, even if it's just for myself to take a look back at things. Okay, if you're not friends with me on Facebook, then this is all going to be news to you. For the others, maybe it's a little more insight into any questions you might have. But on July 6th, 2 days after the 4th of July, mind you, I did not have a single drink on the 4th of July. That is correct. Anyway, I woke up on the 6th and I had this, it was like a regular stomach ache. I thought, you know what, I just have to throw up and I'm going to feel much better. So I kind of got myself in a throwing up kind of mood, and I threw up. I did not feel better. As a matter of fact, within like an hour, I was in so much pain, more pain than I'd ever experienced in my life. I mean, I was doubled over, I was screaming, I was a mess. And Mose, she's 92 years old now, she didn't know what to do. Butch didn't know what to do. So finally, I said, give me the phone, and I called 911, and the ambulance came, and it was all very dramatic, and they rushed me off to the hospital. And they decided it was probably pancreatitis, which, I guess people get, and, usually you live, but it could kill you, and it felt like it could kill you because it really hurt. So they gave me some, what's that new drug that everybody's doing these days? Fentanyl. They gave me some fentanyl for the pain, and that didn't do it. So they moved me up to Dilaudid, which I did not know is a little bit stronger than morphine, okay? The Dilaudid did it. So the second day they moved me to morphine because they don't like to keep you on Dilaudid too long because, I don't know, I guess it's addictive or something. So I was on morphine and I was pretty out of it. I didn't know who was coming. I didn't know who was going. I didn't know what the hell was happening. All I knew is every time a nurse came into the hospital room, she's like, can I have your date of birth? It's like, don't you have this written down somewhere? I mean, I had to tell them, 9/8/50. Just give me more morphine. So they finally quelled the pain. I wasn't allowed to eat or drink anything for 4 days, though, which I didn't really feel like eating, I'll tell you. But man, I got thirsty. And like when you tell them I'm really thirsty, what they would do is they had this like sponge on a lollipop stick. And it wasn't a soft sponge. It was like one of those really hard sponges that you use to clean out the bottoms of your pots and pans. And they would like dip it in water and give me this frickin' sponge sickle. And it was the texture in my mouth was so unappealing. I didn't even care if I was thirsty. I would just like rub my lips and it was like, ew, get it away from me. And okay, so like they put me through what do they call that thing? A CAT scan to make sure it was actually pancreatitis. That was, I don't know what day that was. Could have been the second day, could have been the third day. I was so out of it, I didn't know what was going on. But they came back after they did the CAT scan, and my sister was there, I remember, and the doctor came in and said, well, we found something puzzling with your CAT scan. We found a mass in your lung that may be cancerous. And I remember my sister and I both looked at each other and we had the same expression. It was like this. It's like, oh shit, this is serious business. So they said, we have to do a biopsy before we know for sure, but, prepare yourself. I'm like, oh, great. Then, so they did a biopsy. I don't know if it was the next day. I don't know if it was later that day. I don't know anything. I'm like, I am doped up, baby. And they punched a hole in my side. And they took a biopsy, and sure enough, it was cancerous. So this begins my my journey with the big C. And I've already gone 4 minutes, so to be continued. Love y'all.